Hello, welcome. My name is Julie Lenore, and today we will be discussing a strategic analysis and industry overview of UPMC Passive and Surgical Department. Together, let's explore the culture, services, and industry trends along with the competitive strategies that it utilizes to help keep this department leading in the rapidly evolving healthcare environment. UPMC Passive and Surgical Department operates within a culture that's both intentional and strategic. It's grounded in UPMC's two dual missions, both to serve communities through outstanding patient care and to shape tomorrow's healthcare system through innovation, research, and education. These values are more than just words. They're embedded in how the surgical department staff interact with one another, how surgical and patient decisions are made, and how patients are treated here. UPMC's surgical department at Passivant is guided by UPMC's main five core values, including quality and safety, dignity and respect, caring and listening, responsibility and integrity, and excellence and innovation that all guide every aspect of caring for patients. This culture also shows up in the surgical department in tangible ways of recognition programs for staff's achievements, through open workplace designs fostering collaboration amongst teams, and a shared commitment to continuous improvement in patient care. UPMC Passivant's history actually began with UPMC Passivant's story in 1849 when Dr. William Passivant founded the Pittsburgh Infirmary to care for soldiers returning home from the Mexican-American War. It was also one of the first Protestant hospitals within the United States, which was a groundbreaking moment in American healthcare history. Over the decades, this hospital has evolved, becoming UPMC Passivant Hospital, later merging with UPMC in 1997. That merger transformed it into a modern tertiary care center with access to cutting-edge technologies and specialized services. Today, UPMC Passivant operates from its main location in McCandless, but it also has a sister location in Cranberry Township, PA. Over the 60 years that the McCandless location has been here, UPMC has continued to honor its legacy of providing compassionate patient care. So let's take a dive in the UPMC Passivant Surgical Department environment. UPMC is located within Pennsylvania. UPMC Surgical Department is specifically found within UPMC Passivant Hospital. The hospital is owned and operated by UPMC Healthcare. UPMC Passivant Surgical Department is among many within the Allegheny County area. It offers 22 different surgical specialties. Specifically at this hospital location, you will find there are inpatient and outpatient surgical procedures that are offered, along with specific diagnostic services and ambulatory surgery features that patients can take advantage of. Last year, the Pennsylvania Healthcare Cost Containment Council collected over 5 million surgical records alone, highlighting the scale and demand of healthcare surgical needs. Despite this volume, UPMC Passivant Surgical Department stands out as one of the top-ranked surgical centers in the region. Its reputation for comprehensive, high-quality care attracts patients across the state, even from Ohio and West Virginia, reinforcing its trusted surgical procedures that it provides to its patients. UPMC Passivant offers comprehensive portfolio of surgical services. On its general side, the surgical department is able to perform hernia repairs, gallbladder removals, colon surgeries, and other general procedures. These are essential services that address common but often serious conditions for patients. On a more advanced side, UPMC Passivant's surgical department leads in minimally invasive procedures and robotic procedures, such as transaortic valve replacement and Watchman implants. UPMC Passivant's surgical department also takes advantage of the MAKO robotic system that enables precise alignment for total knee replacements, improving outcomes and recovery for patients. These services are supported by three major specialty centers: the Heart and Vascular Institute, the McGee Women's Services, and the Hillman Cancer Center, which all have specialties located within UPMC Passivant hospitals. Together, they offer integrated multidisciplinary care for our patients. In 2024 alone, UPMC Passivant performed nearly 18,000 procedures, an impressive number to show just how many patients are able to support at this facility. The U.S. surgical landscape is ever evolving. In 2024 alone, over 92 million procedures were performed within the United States. Outpatient procedures accounted for 64 million of those procedures. This shift is reflected in the compound annual growth rate, or CAGR, of 1.5% for outpatient procedures and 1% for inpatient procedures. The CAGR measures the annual growth rate over time, assuming there is a steady progress. This is a key strategic metric in the surgical field. Certain procedures are growing faster than ever. In 2024 alone, it was accounted that lung procedures, orthopedic procedures, spinal procedures, and neurosurgical procedures all were among the top growing procedures. All of these procedures are currently offered at UPMC Pasavan's surgical department. Additionally, a key metric that was found was that aging populations have a CAGR of 2.5% annually. This increase in demand for age-related procedures is important for UPMC Pasavan surgical services to follow. Additionally, to stay ahead, UPMC Pasavan surgical department must continue to invest in outpatient capacity, minimally invasive technology, and staff training aligned with these trends. UPMC Pasavan's surgical department competes on two fronts. Internally, it shares other UPMC networks with other hospitals in the Allegheny County, including McGee, Mercy, and Shadyside, each with overlapping surgical procedures. Externally, it faces competition from other outside network hospitals within Allegheny County, including Allegheny General, Forbes, and St. Clair. One of the biggest factors that influences patients' choice is insurance coverage. Many patients select surgical centers based off of the area their insurance is accepted, especially for elective procedures. The UPMC current high mark rivalry that it faces offers an additional layer of complexity, as each network offers limited coverage for the other's patients. Medicare's service for fee model also increases buyer power, giving insurers leverage over providers. Despite these challenges, however, UPMC Pasavan's surgical department maintains a strong reputation and continues to attract patients through its specialization, advanced technology, and commitment to quality care. It also ensures that no patient is turned away regardless of their insurance coverage. Several factors are reshaping the surgical landscape that UPMC Pasavan surgical department faces. Technological advancements like AI-assisted robotics are improving precision and reducing complications for patients, along with shortening recovery times. UPMC Pasavan also utilizes services like Da Vinci and MAKO to stay at the forefront of this shift. Social determinants of health, additionally, such as income, education, and access to care, also influence how patients seek surgery and how they recover from their procedures. Public debates, like recent concerns over acetaminophen, can impact perioperative protocols and patients' preferences that UPMC Pasavan surgical department must be prepared for and flexible with. Environmental factors matter too. The rise in vaping has also increased a younger demographic demand for long surgical procedures. With economic uncertainty effects when patients schedule elective procedures, many times surgeries must be rescheduled or changed, changing the demand for procedures within the UPMC Pasavan surgical department. Pasavan's ability to stay agile and patient-focused is critical towards navigating these shifts. Additionally, UPMC Pasavan faces insurance approvals and delays, which can impact when patients are able to receive care at their facilities. Over the past 5 years, UPMC has shown consistent financial growth and strategic alignment with its mission to deliver high-quality, cost-effective patient care. Operating room revenue rose from $23 billion in 2020 to nearly $30 billion in 2024, with continued momentum that we've seen in the first 6 months of 2025. With cash and investments dipped slightly from $10.7 billion in 2021 to $8.7 billion in 2025, this reflects a purposeful reinvestment in technology, facilities, and operational improvements by UPMC. At UPMC Pasavan, outpatient surgical revenue alone increased 15% within the first half of 2025, signaling strong demand and performance within the surgical department. The organization's rising reinvestment ratio from 1.29 to 1.58 underscores its commitment to long-term sustainability. Overall, UPMC is meeting its strategic objectives and is actively investing in its future community of patients that it serves. UPMC Pasavan's department core competency is holistic perioperative care. From the moment a patient is scheduled, they receive coordinated, personalized support. UPMC ensures that all of its surgical personnel are highly trained and experienced to ensure top quality care to its patients. UPMC department is also designed for efficiency to allow quick transition and minimal delays for patient care. They prioritize quality over cost cutting with proven guaranteed products through evidence-based research to produce the best outcome for patients. By focusing on a select group of procedures, the department builds deep expertise and delivers consistent high-value quality care to patients. This strategic focus differentiates Pasavan among other surgical centers and reinforces its reputation for excellence. Let's dive into UPMC PASVIN's strengths, weaknesses, opportunity, and threat analysis. Surgical Department has strength in its advanced technology and specialized staff training to deliver the top care to patients in the area. They also offer patients surgical services such as disability resources and patient education to ensure they receive the most comprehensive care while they are here. UPMC has areas for improvement in the way they deliver communication to family members and support personnel during a patient's surgery. Currently, there are other hospitals in the area that utilize resources in which they are able to take advantage of patients' cell phones, of family members' cell phones, and devices in which they can send real-time updates so their loved ones can know how the patient is doing during the procedure. UPMC is seeking and looking into opportunities like this to be able to update their family members and support person for their patients as well. Areas of opportunity that UPMC has taken advantage of is the integration of the Epic charting system, which will allow a more cohesive, dynamic approach in which patient information will all be stored within one electronic health record as opposed to currently using Cerner and Epic. This will fully go live in the spring of 2026. UPMC also currently has taken advantage of something called the ERAS protocol, which enhances recovery after surgery for patients to improve patient outcomes and reduce recovery time. UPMC is currently addressing a potential threat in which UPMC Memorial Hospital earlier this year did have an unfortunate shooting in which one personnel did pass away. UPMC is constantly looking to ensure that security and safety of its staff and patients is a top priority within the hospital. UPMC PASVIN's surgical department value chain is a model of operational alignment. The primary activities are the preoperative care, the operative care, and the postoperative care. These are supported by pharmacy, human resources, the financial department, and UPMC surgical department's unique infrastructure. Research and evidence-based practices are embedded throughout this value-based change. UPMC's upcoming Epic transition will help to unify records along with reducing paper inefficiencies that currently exist. This integrated approach helps support UPMC's reputation for consistent, safety, and innovative care. It also enables the surgical department to scale services while maintaining quality in patient care. UPMC PASVIN's surgical department pursues a clear differentiation strategy, one that emphasizes innovation, specialization, and patient-centered excellence. Rather than competing on cost alone, UPMC delivers high-value care by offering unique clinical capabilities and highly innovative technology to take advantage of. A prime example of this is the use of Cytolux, which is a fluorescent dye able to enhance early lung detection during surgery. This technology allows the surgeons to see smaller lesions that might otherwise go unnoticed. Another differentiator is the Enhanced Recovery After Surgery program. This evidence-based program approach reduces complication, minimizes opioid use, and accelerates the recovery time for patients during joint procedures and colorectal surgeries. UPMC PASVIN's surgical department also heavily invests in staff development and cutting-edge surgical equipment, ensuring that teams are highly skilled and well supported to provide the best patient care. By focusing on a select group of procedures, the department deeply builds expertise rather than spreading its resources too thin for surgical procedures. This strategy not only elevates patient care, but it reinforces UPMC's broad mission to lead through innovation to deliver excellence in patient services. UPMC's International has been active now for over 20 years with facilities located in Italy, Ireland, and Croatia. The expansion follows an Uppsala International plan, which progresses through 4 stages. First, starting with education and training abroad. Then it moves to a short-term consulting period, followed by a long-term management agreement, and then finally there's full ownership and operation within foreign facilities. UPMC also follows a CAGE framework of cultural, administrative, geographic, and economic to evaluate market entry, risk, and opportunities for it to take advantage of. UPMC also follows a hybrid model, combining a centralized strategy with localized execution. This allows facilities like PASVIN UPMC Surgical Department to tailor care to their communities while benefiting from shared resources, training, and infrastructure. UPMC PASVIN's surgical department stands at the intersection of tradition and transformation. With a legacy rooted deep for compassionate care and a future driven by innovation, this department exemplifies what it means to evolve without losing sight of its mission. As we've seen from the pressure of insurance, competition, and changing demographics, UPMC PASVIN's surgical department has remained resilient. It will continue to innovate in technology and ensure highly educated staff so patients are well cared for not only today, but also tomorrow. Thank you for joining me and understanding more about the strategy culture of UPMC Passman's surgical department.